Or give them a call at 352-873-4368. That's 352-873-4368.
All right, 5 minutes after 8 o'clock, 54 degrees. Temperatures look like they're going to be really nice today. 76 is the high, 52 the low tonight. Tomorrow, about the same. And then look at this. Sunday, we start to see temperatures in the mid-80s, and that sticks around for a whole week at least as far as the AccuWeather forecast takes me. So no mention of rain, by the way. Just a beautiful weekend ahead of us, looks like. Galen Unold is on the phone from Life South Community Blood Center. Good morning, Galen.
Hey, good morning, Larry, Robin. How are y'all?
Good. Are you guys going to be out here today with the bus?
Where at the mall?
Yeah.
I thought we were there yesterday.
Yeah, you were. I didn't know if you did it 2 days in a row. Okay, no.
No, I'm not going out there tomorrow.
Today we are eligible.
Oh yeah, there you go.
Maybe we'll find you. Where do you know where you are? I know I asked you at the end, but where's the Bloodmobile today?
Yeah, it just went right out of my brain. Come to me.
All right. Am I talking?
I got to look it up. I got to pull out my schedule.
Yeah, okay, I'm sorry.
No. We're at DeLuca Toyota. I knew it.
Oh, okay.
I always look at it before I pull it. Anyway, yeah, I'm tired.
All right. Oh, you really? Did you stay up late last night putting a book together? What? Wait.
Putting a book together.
That's what Rob and I were doing last night. Yeah, it was late.
Oh,
midnight.
I do photo books a lot. So,
do you?
Yeah, I mean, that is something I've done. Yeah, absolutely.
That is fun, yeah.
I'm working on one for my my son who, when he graduates, I'm going to give him a book. It won't be one book. It'll be 2 books. That's how big it's going to be.
Are there any photos in there that will embarrass him if a girlfriend sees it?
I don't think so. I
No.
think, the little one, when you're a baby, at some point you're like, yeah, that was me.
Do you get emotional when you do that? I mean,
absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love pictures. I love photographs. I love looking at them. I love, looking at videos. And so, I told my wife, I said, this is as much for me as it is for him.
Yeah, right.
So, I think his kids will get a kick out of it.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's a thing that you don't think will ever end. Having children who are children, because they become adults, and you say, "Gosh, how did it go? How did it disappear?" And you're going through that right now. You're right at the cusp of that.
Yeah, absolutely. There are some days that just seem that they take forever, and then there are moments that just flash by. When you're sitting in a. I took Tristan to the pediatrician the other day, and he's like, how much longer do I have to go to a pediatrician? I said, you're 15. When you're 18, you go to somebody else.
Oh, my God.
So,
my.
We've had the same pediatrician since he was 2.
But you realize how quickly those 3 years ago,
Oh, yeah. And I remember, I can remember Tristan, Caleb had an ear infection or something, and I took him in there, and Tristan was such a bad baby. I mean, he was horrible.
Baby.
I was like,
baby.
Here's what he goes. I remember this. I'm like, yeah. Well, I remember you were like 3, and you decided to take off all of your clothes and drag yourself all along the floor, back and forth.
Oh my!
And because Caleb was sick, and so I had to hold him, and it was just me, and the wife was at work. So I remember that vividly. And Tristan's he's not screaming, he's just pouting, so he's dragging himself all over, and he's butt naked. And I was like the only father there, only male there, and I'm like, this is all I can do. He's not hurting anybody. He's naked, but yeah,
I can't
drag himself around.
That's a great story, and I wonder how many stories will never be recalled. I often wish I had written down the things that were said or done that were just so crazy cute that that you forget them for the most part.
Yeah.
So
yeah.
Yeah, and now I would just use my camera, record that, and send it to my wife.
right. Yeah.
So yeah. So that's you never hear that anymore. Oh, I wish I had a camera. Well, nobody ever says that anymore.
Right, they don't say that anymore. But one thing I wonder about, I don't know if there's maybe an answer to this or not, but and maybe you have a thought on it. What will happen in the future since all of our documenting is being done online or on social media, and we're not really writing in paper journals anymore, we're not really sending paper letters anymore. I wonder if a lot of those memories will just simply disappear. Like, I mean, is Facebook going to be around forever? Is that going to be our thing? You know, are we going to go and see, hey, look at Grandma in 2020? Look at...
Well, I mean, Facebook just had their largest record profits. I'm not on it, but people are into it. And I think you're right. I think the digital has far replaced the paper and the pen. My kids don't write down anything. I mean, they put everything in their phone or in their tablet or, on their computer. They don't write papers. And I don't think that's a bad thing. I try not to write anything. I don't write checks. I mean, I do everything electronically. So,
well, see, we're facing a dilemma last night. The book we're putting together is a children's book, and we've been working on it a real long time. And if you go on the different websites or the videos and look for people giving advice, the younger people seem to think that real books aren't even necessary anymore. Just publish it as an ebook and you'll be fine. The older people seem to think a real book is an important part of what you should be doing. And so, I don't know. I mean, it's hard for me to know.
How old are you talking about? I think as a child, right? If you're reading to your child, I think that tangible book is important.
Well, good.
Exactly.
You agree with us then. Yeah.
Up through age 7,
and it depends. Yeah, I think that's about right. But there's so much differing philosophies on the long-term impact of electronic on the child. And I mean, my kids are a little bit too old to have had a tablet at the age of 4. Right. But I see 4-year-olds with their own tablets.
I've seen them on the Life South bus.
Yeah, waiting for their folks.
I have. Yeah.
And I don't think it's inherently evil. I don't think it's bad. I think it's just like TV. It's just watching TV, and you have to control that, no matter what that intake of information is. So, yeah. I mean, it's interesting but I do believe that this current generation, they won't have the online issues that we have because they'll have dealt with it their whole life. So I think it'll be just second nature for them.
You know who would know is Heidi Mayer would know. Dr. Mayer, she would know. I mean, what is popular in the class, like in the kindergarten classroom? Are they reading from a book, or are they reading from a Kindle?
Yeah, sure.
I have to ask her next time she's in here.
That may be a cost prohibit, but again, you can get a Kindle now for $40, and the books are much cheaper if you download them versus buying them.
Oh gosh, yes.
In the Marion County Public School System, Heidi Mayer has this thing about, I can't remember what it's called, but they've got like 10,000 books online. And then the children will read them online, and they get points for reading and things like that. So the Marion County Public School System is an advocate for online reading because that's the way they can track what the children are reading, and they give the children reward points for doing that. But now whether you're in kindergarten or first or second grade, I don't know if it goes down to that level or not. We'll have to ask.
I'm sure it does. So, I mean, my son was using a computer when he was in kindergarten. I mean, tablets weren't really a thing yet.
Right,
he was definitely using them.
So let's see. The Robin has a story that I'm going to share with you after you tell us about the blood situation, and then it's going to lead to the subject of rudeness in the produce section. Rudeness in the grocery store. Okay.
I didn't know this was an issue, but let's do it.
Hey, you know what? We talk about that wall so much. I'd rather just talk about something else.
Oh, yeah, I'm tired of the wall.
I mean, argue about the wall? Gosh, let them argue about it. It's not going to affect my life at all unless I decide to try to get Mexico.
That part is debatable. Because somebody told me that, it's not going to impact our life. I'm like, that part is arguably debatable.
Here we go.
Whether or not it's going to impact us.
How is it going to? How?
If the wall is up and there are people and it reduces immigration, and it all depends on your views of immigration. If
Remember, it's not reducing.
It's
reducing illegal immigration.
There you go. Yeah, that's what I should have said. I'm sorry. Illegal immigration.
Okay.
So,
but how's that going to affect me?
Well, it could impact you in several ways. I mean, we know the cost of illegal immigration, whether you think it's a net gain or a net positive, but there's estimated to be 20 million illegal immigrants right now in the United States.
All right, well, let me ask you this then. Rather than argue that, if that will or will not affect me, that's not what I want to argue. I want to change that. I want to change it to, will me talking about it affect it at all?
Oh, absolutely not.
Maybe that's the important part right there, because I can talk about it till I'm blue in the face. They're not going to listen to me. Gail and I went to Washington, D.C., and I saw a congressman coming down the stairs. I said, "What time is it?" He didn't even look at me. So my point is, they don't even give you the time of the day.
Exactly. It's the truth.
If I had a camera and a microphone,
about everything.
If I had a camera and a microphone, they would have been up on me. They would have said, "Hey, well, it's 4:30."
Exactly. Exactly. They want to be in front of the press. They don't want to talk to their constituents who pay their salary.
Well, they want to be in front of their own press. If talking about anything doesn't get anything done. Talking has never achieved anything.
Well, no.
No.
Talking does.
Action. No. What? Action.
Then why do you remind us to go donate blood if talking does nothing?
But my talking encourages.
There you go.
And then you do something.
There you go.
But my talking alone doesn't fix the blood supply. What it does is it encourages, and then you have to do something.
You know, Jesus didn't build a wall. Jesus only talked. So I think talk does something.
Oh, I think he did far more than just talked. I mean, he was a leader by example, the greatest leader by example of all time.
Well, what we have from him is our words. All those examples that you want to tell me about are in the form of words. Correct?
Yeah, but they're words describing his action.
Yeah. That's what words do. That's what. My point is
I don't think there's any bigger act in the history of Earth than when he died on the cross.
Right.
But you can't. But that was an action. And so when you read the word, it's describing an action.
Correct. But when the pastor is at the front of the church reading those words, he is talking. And that talking is making its way to you, and it does make a difference. All I'm saying is talking does get things done. Talking does make a difference.
As long as there's action behind it, sure, I'll give you that.
Well, yeah.
Words alone don't do anything. How about that?
But no words.
I think we're arguing semantics.
No, but no words. I don't know. No words. You know, if you watch a cartoon and it shows this genie giving magic words to open a door or something like that, you go, "Oh, come on, that's just nonsense. There's no magical words." But there are magical words. If you have a child and you religiously or regularly say you're never going to amount to anything, you've just had some curse words you just said to the child, that's going to affect him for the rest of his life. On the other hand, if you say you are so smart, you're going to be able to do anything in this world, you've got what it takes, don't let anybody ever tell you that you can't do something. Guess what? Those words make a big difference for that kid.
Sure, that's fair. I'll give you that. Yeah.
All right. So where's the blood? How is the blood supply today?
We're kind of where we've been. Our usage is just skyrocketing right now. So we're right at a 3-day blood supply. We just need people to get out there, give the gift of life, and donate blood. And I'm just glad you two are eligible. So
we are eligible today. Maybe I'll go get a Toyota.
There you go. Yeah, why not? So please, just give the gift of life, donate blood.
So Robin has a story. I'll let her tell it, but it starts with going to Publix.
That's right. On 17th Street last night before I went to my mom's. I went there, and there was this lady, and she came barreling down really fast in her SUV going east, off of 3rd Avenue there. She pulled up to the curb, and it's a no parking area anyway. It's the fire lane. You can't park there. She gets out of her SUV and locks it up, starts going into public. So I just look at her, I give her this dirty look like, what the heck's wrong with you, And she says, what's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you?
And then I didn't say anything because I figured she'd hurt me. So then she just walked in Publix, and I watched her, and she went and shopped and came back out. Jumped in her SUV and off she went. And I mean, it wasn't like, okay, it was busy. It was Valentine's Day. I mean, she could have walked a little extra further to get, to park by Ale House or something and walk down. But that's the height of laziness and rudeness.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you? I mean, oh, man. She was scary.
Oh, my God.
But that was so rude. I mean, gosh, people really love to abuse situations, and not follow the rules. She should have parked.
Did she go to the produce section?
No.
No. What'd she buy? Do you remember?
No, she went to the bakery.
Oh, she had to get a cream puff.
I guess so.
She had to get something sweet, Galen.
Yeah.
I guess so.
They just absolutely so rude she was.
I would have stood next to her at the bakery counter, and I would have said to the baker, "Excuse me, do you have any what's the matter with yous?"
Yeah.
I need a few what's the matter with yous.
Yeah.
Give me one with sugar on it, please. I like my what's the matter with yous to be sweet.
Yeah.
This lady likes them to be tart. Toxic, in fact.
There you go.
What's the matter with you?
Wow.
Loaded up with sugar.
Wow.
All right, here are the rude things people do at the grocery store besides doing that. Mm-hmm. They leave the shopping cart in the parking lot, Galen. That's a rude thing to do.
Yeah, if you leave it in a parking space, there's a difference. There's a fine line there.
As opposed to what? Putting it up on the dirt curb?
Or inside the catcher.
Oh, yeah.
The cart corral.
Corral, yeah, that's what it's for, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, it's only going to take you a few extra steps to park in the cart corral.
Leaving your cart in the checkout line while you run to another part of the store to grab another item. That's rude. That is rude.
No, I've done that.
Well, yeah, we've all done that.
No,
you know
I've
what?
done that.
It's how you do. It's how you do it. If you look at the person behind you and go, "Oh my God, I'm so sorry." I forgot to. It depends, right? It really depends because if you could do it quickly enough where it doesn't really slow anything down because they're still bagging your groceries.
Right.
That's not nearly as bad as coupons. So.
Yeah.
Saying to the person in front of you, "Gosh, you're not on a diet."
Oh.
I mean, I don't know why you would want to say like that.
That is really rude.
Why would you say that to a complete stranger?
That's correct. I know.
Unless it's like if there's a dude in front of you and it's obvious like he's having a party or something. He's got like 47 cupcakes. And you're trying to be funny. I can get that, but
you better say it to a guy. You do not want to say that to a lady. I know the Me Too people, they want to make it seem like we're all the same. No, you're not.
Yeah.
Guys can get away with saying that to guys. You cannot say that to a lady.
No, not at all. You're down. You're going to get beat up.
Let's see. Another one is blocking the aisle with your cart. Wasn't that the same thing? Oh, no, that was this checkout line. Okay.
No. Yeah. Again, it's just we've all been so distracted we didn't realize we were blocking the aisle. I mean, I've done it. Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But yeah, move to the side when you're looking.
Yeah, because people will put their cart on the side and then they'll stand next to the cart and look at the opposite side of the aisle, and you can't get by because they're standing there looking at something and your cart's there. It's like the rudest thing ever. They're not behind the cart on the proper side of the aisle.
What now? Now I'm lost. Well, I don't know if there's proper side.
Okay, so you go down the aisle and then you got canned goods on both sides. Well, you got your cart on the one side of the aisle, but you're really interested in what's going on the other side, so you stand next to the cart and take up that space too, looking at the opposite side. Otherwise, you could have parked your cart on that side and stood behind your cart where the little pushy thing is and looked at it. And then you would still have
from the opposite side.
Really?
Because I can't figure out what I want, then I zone in.
Oh, okay.
There you go.
Yeah, you still can't get.
Yeah, I guess I'm not very nice. Again, I need to be taught. We should have somebody on from a grocery store to give us the
Grocery store etiquette.
There you go.
So pulling the car while the person in front of you is pushing their car and standing too close. Yeah, that's.
Guess what? In 5 years, it won't matter because it'll be all delivered automatically, like it was in the old days.
Right.
You got your groceries delivered from the neighbor, from the corner store.
Violating the 10-item or less rule. Yes, that is.
Yes.
Don't violate that rule.
I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I mean, we've all been in there and go, oh, I have 12. And they're like, oh, that's fine.
I have 3 apples in one bag.
It's when you go there and your whole thing, right, that's one. Is that one? I think that's one. But again, if you go in there with a full cart, I think there's a fine. I think there's a line there, and we know where it's gray and where it's black and where it's white. I think that's pretty clear.
Ooh, bringing your dog into the grocery store. I saw that the other day.
Oh, I hate that.
Is that rude?
That's rude.
Depends on if it's a working dog or it's in your purse.
If it's a working dog and it's a legitimate working dog, I've got no problem with support animal. But if it's just somebody bringing in their dog and they're walking around the store and then they're in the produce section and the dog shakes and the fur is flying, I don't buy it. And then I go up and complain. I don't think you can do that.
I think you have to have a personal dog thing. I don't know if I would complain about it. I would look at him and go, "What are you doing?" I may say that.
I've seen that. I've seen people come in there with dogs. They're not support animals, and they're just walking around with their dogs on a leash.
There you go.
Unsanitary.
Grazing on the Hershey Kisses and leaving the partially empty bag there. Wow.
Oh, that's called theft.
That's theft. Yeah, that's stealing right there.
Yeah.
All right. See, helping yourself to your haul before paying. Helping yourself to your haul. What's that?
Is that rude?
Oh, like chips and stuff?
Have done that. Yeah, I think people have done that. I mean, I don't know if that's rude as long as you pay for it. That's between you and that food.
I've gotten a soda there.
I do that sometimes, too, especially on thirsty.
I've gotten a soda, and then I'll walk around and then I'll bring the empty bottle up to the thing and pay for it. Some people don't do that.
All right, so there you go. Rudeness in the produce section. That doesn't really rhyme, but I think that was the idea.
There's a funny movie with Joe Namath all these years ago. I can't remember it, but he was walking around in the grocery store. He opened up a loaf of bread and then went to the meat counter and put some meat on there, made himself a sandwich and ate the sandwich. He was walking down the aisle, got some milk, and he was drinking it and everything. And then when he got to the checkout counter, he bought a pack of gum.
Oh, no.
That was in his heyday, like 40 years ago.
Stole from the grocery store.
Yeah, that was pretty funny.
Gayla, where's the Bloodmobile today?
Hey, we're at DeLuca Toyota, Larry.
That's right. DeLuca Toyota. Yes, Mr. DeLuca. He's a good guy. I don't really know him. He just seems like a good guy.
Nice fellow.
All right, what's your plan for the weekend?
Basketball tournament.
Oh, yeah.
That's where I'll be.
Oh, good luck to your son and his team. I hope they win.
Have fun putting the book together.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, thank you.
All right, Gail.
I got another 6 months, so I got time.
All right, enjoy your weekend. We'll talk to you on Monday.
All right, bye, y'all. Thanks.
Thank you. We'll be right back. Palm Garden wants to get to the heart of the matter. If you've been in the hospital as a cardiac patient, maybe you have a pacemaker or congestive heart failure or an arrhythmia, or perhaps you're a heart bypass patient, then consider Palm Garden as your rehab choice. With proven outcomes second to none, Palm Garden fixes broken hearts. Call today at 854-6262. That's 854-6262.
Hi, this is JP from Penn Flooring here in Ocala. I would like to invite you to come in and visit our spacious showroom where we have solutions for every style and budget. From wall-to-wall carpet to hardwood floors and tiles, we have an unsurpassed selection of flooring. At Penn Flooring, we've provided quality customer service with a family touch for over 25 years. Visit our website at pennflooring.com or come by our showroom, 1201 Southwest 17th Street, just over the bridge. Penn Flooring, quality customer service with a family touch.
Broadcasting from the Paddock Mall Studios, this is WOCA, Ocala, Gainesville, The Villages, 1370 AM, 96.3 FM, The Source.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump at 10 o'clock Eastern Time this morning is set to sign a funding bill and prevent another partial government shutdown tomorrow. He plans to do more to get a southern border wall built.
The White House says President Trump will declare a national emergency and use executive authority to repurpose other funding towards the border, a move that is expected to launch a legal fight with many Democrats and Republicans questioning the president's constitutional power.
Fox's Jared Halpern. There's progress reported in trade talks with China.
Negotiator Robert Lighthizer paying a visit to Chinese President Xi Jinping at the end of 2 days of talks in Beijing. Lighthizer saying officials have made headway on important and difficult issues. President Xi saying China and the US shoulder important responsibilities. Chinese state media says there'll be more talks in Washington next week.
Fox's Simon Owen with no deal. More tariffs on Chinese products kick in March 1st. This is Fox News.